Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video I'm going to have a discussion of an important poem, Ecology, and here we'll discuss the important questions from the poem Ecology that's written by the famous poet A.K. Ramanujan. And let me tell you, I have already done the summary of this poem. So for the summary, you can go through the description box, and the link of the summary you can go through the description box. So let's begin the important questions from the famous poem Ecology. Now, the question number one, we have two questions and with one answer. So same question can be asked in the two different manners. How does, in two different ways, I should say, how does A.K. Ramanujan explain his mother's love for the champak tree? Or we can say, why did A.K. Ramanujan's mother, not allow the champak trees to be cut? So the poem Ecology is taken from A.K. Ramanujan's third volume of poems titled Second Sight, which was published in 1986. The speaker seems to be the poet himself. The speaker is a poet, and some, or we can also say some imaginary person who is loyally devoted, who is very much devoted to his mother. The speaker, at the very outset of this short poem, recalls his past. He remembers his experience of every year in the past during the rains. He tells that he used to come to home angrily. Whenever he used to come home, he used to be very angry. Why? Because the smell or the scent of the pollen of the red champak trees used to bring a very severe attack of migraine to the speaker's mother. So his mother used to get a headache because of this pollen of those red champak trees which are grown in his house. He could not tolerate the pains of migraine suffered by his mother. She was allergic to the fragrance of the trees, especially champak trees. Every year, she used to suffer the blinding migraine, and the sole cause was the blossom of the red champak trees standing in the vicinity of the house. The fragrance of the blossom could not be stopped from entering the house, and ultimately, she had to bear with the unbearable migraine. So the speaker wanted to cut down the red champak trees so that his mother would get relief from the migraine. The mother, suffering from the intolerable pains of migraine, makes the son restless. Obviously, no son would like to see the mother who suffers from migraine due to so and so reason. So that shows that how mother used to look after sorry, that shows how son used to look after his mother. And the speaker here would like to end the very cause of her suffering. This shows a close attachment between the son and the mother. She too knew the cause of her sufferings, but she would not allow the trees to be cut down. She had some attachments with the tree. The first of her attachments was that the trees were almost of her age, as old as she was. She was rather emotional about the tree. The red champak trees were seeded by the providential droppings of a passing bird. So so its existence was an accident. So it is also religiously approved by her. So she is too religious. In that manner, we can also say. Then her second attachment with the trees was that the trees gave her flowers that she used in worshipping her gods. She used to offer those flowers to the gods or the goddesses, which is quite common custom in our Indian context. This means the mother has a faith in God, and such a person is supposed to be ethically balanced and impartial. She does not permit to cut down the red champak trees, as the flowers of the trees are used by her to offer to God during worships. So here, the mother argues that the flowers of the red champak trees make her daughter and granddaughters happy. That's why she does not allow the trees to be cut down. This means she loves her daughters and granddaughters very much. On one hand, we can say she loves them so much that she is ready to bear the unbearable pains of the migraine for them. And she also wants that this kind of gift, this kind of migraine should also continue. That means to say the next generation should also learn how to love the nature. So these are the positive attachments that the mother had with the red champak trees, which that she never likes that her son should cut the trees. Okay, so let's move to the question number 2. Examine the appropriateness of the title. Justify the title of the ecology. How this title is suitable for this poem. Ecology is Ramanujan's. Forgive me. I have forgotten to mention the apostrophe s, the typo error. Ecology is Ramanujan's beautiful poem, which belongs to the genre of eco poetry. We can say that it belongs to the genre of eco poetry. Reference and images from the nature made it more significant form of green literature. The glorification of champak tree and flowering season creates aesthetic picture of natural beauty when you read this poem. The old mother of poet cannot resist strong fragrance of champak flowers, and she suffered from severe attack of migraine. The pain increases restlessness in her behavior, and she could not sleep whole night. Even after such a health hazard, she did not allow her son to cut the trees. She insists on preserving those trees. The tree explains holistic importance of the particular one. Since years for her, the tree is a reminder of her young days when she used to make garlands from the champak flowers to decorate God and goddesses in her home. Because she has mentioned these trees are as old as she is. So obviously there's an attachment. The myth of sprouting of the tree correlates the theme with a bird and its dropping, which is purely a ecological concept derived from branch of science, that is botany. The reference of gods, the reference of God's old mother and her affection for her grandchildren undoubtedly raises issues of ecological affection of human beings. The impact of Indian culture, custom, and mythology does not allow her to order to cut the trees. Hence, the title of the poem, Ecology, is very, very apt and very worthy, I would say. Next question. Last question, I think so. How does a mother symbolize a traditional reverent attitude towards nature in the poem? Or there is a spirit of agelessness about the champak trees which forms the heart of the poem? Or what's the difference in the attitudes of old generation and the new generation, mother and the son here? So let's see. The poet has tried to show the difference in the views of people belonging to the old generation, that's a mother, and those people to the new generation, that is poet himself. The old people have emotions. They have beliefs, etc., which is absolutely attached to the ecology. Even today also we see many mothers and the elders in the family, they do worship of Tulasi, right? For the poet, the red champak trees have no use. He thinks that these trees are very useless because they are causing the migraine for his mother. So the pollens pollute the air and thus the city. He feels they cannot be prevented from entering the houses in the human body. The pollens are the cause of severe pain which his mother is suffering. As the poet has no emotions attached to the ecology or the trees, so he decides to cut them. So we can say a very different attitude of this new generation when they feel that this plant or this tree is of no use, is not giving any fruit, or is producing a kind of discomfort. So they just start to cut it. On the other hand, his mother's perspective is very much contrary to the poet's views or to her views. For her, the tree is not just a tree but a good omen for her and her house, a kind of gift from the god, because she says that it has been produced from the droppings of the bird, जो कि बहुत ही शुभ है. It is the flowers of the red champak trees which she and her other people, they offer to the gods and to the daughters. So this is what makes her to consider her suffering a small sacrifice, which she's giving to the tree. So she considers that it's just a sacrifice to the nature. Let me suffer. But at the same time, she says that yes, I'm also getting gifts from the God in the form of flowers, and that gift should be this migraine or the other thing should be transferred to the other generation. In this poem, the mother can symbolize a traditional, reverent attitude towards nature by embodying the nurturing, life giving, and protecting qualities of nature, as well as the interconnectedness of all living beings, of all living things, and the importance of maintaining a harmonious relationship with the natural world. So, friends, this is how I have tried to solve the important questions from the poem Ecology, written by A.K. Ramanujan. And this poem is in the syllabus of the fourth semester BCom BBA Generic English by under Bangalore University and Bangalore North University. And for summary, please check the description box. I have already done the summary. Check the link in the description box or the playlist. And if you are not yet subscribed my channel, please do subscribe, like, click on the like button, write something in the comment box, and also do share this video to your friends. If you have any questions, you can reach me to my email ID, mukeshenglish@gmail.com. So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned with Mukesh English.